So this is the My iMaths exercise called single brackets. It's all about multiplying brackets out. So for example, the first one says 5 brackets a plus 5. It means 5 times everything in the bracket. So I'm going 5 times a is 5a, and then 5 times 5 is 25. So it's 5a plus 25. Next one, 4 times bracket b minus 4. So 4 times b is 4b, and 4 times minus 4 makes minus 16. Next one, 5 times bracket 7c plus 2. So 5 times 7c makes 35c, and then 5 times 2 makes 10. So 35c plus 10. Next one, 9 times brackets 4d minus 7. So that's 9 times everything in the brackets. 9 times 4d makes 36d, and then 9 times minus 7 makes minus 63. Next one. Now you've got to kind of figure this out, the same thing out, but do it backwards. So something times a bracket that says n plus 7 is going to give you 6n plus 42. Well, it's got to be a 6 to give you the 6n. So 6 times n gives you the 6n, and 6 times 7 gives you the 42. So that all checks out. Next one, there's a couple of things missing. So something times a bracket that has m minus something else that we've got to figure out is 2m minus 14. Well, to get the 2m there, it's got to be a 2 times m. So there's got to be a 2 outside the bracket to make the 2m. And then now that we know what's outside the bracket, we can figure out what's going to make the minus 14. Because 2 times something that's missing there has got to make minus 14. So that's got to be 2 times minus 7 makes minus 14. The minus is already there, so I've just got to fill in the 7. So 2 times m minus 7 makes 2m minus 14. 2 times m makes 2m. 2 times minus 7 makes minus 14. So that all checks out. Okay, so here we've got more missing stuff. So something times a bracket that says 2p plus 4 makes some amount of p that we've got to figure out later plus 32. Well, the easiest thing to do first is to figure out what's going to make the 32. So something outside the bracket times the 4 is going to give the 32. So that's got to be 8, because 8 times 4 makes 32. And then now we can figure out what's going to go in this other box here, because 8 times 2p is going to make whatever's there. So 8 times 2p is going to make 16p. So 5 times some amount of q that we've got to figure out has got to make 35q. So that's got to be 7q, because 7 times 5 makes 35. And 5 times some amount here has got to give you minus 25. So 5 times minus 5 is going to give you minus 25. The minus is already there, so I've just got to fill in the 5. 5 times 7q makes 35q. 5 times minus 5 makes minus 25. So the last question, it says write down 2 expressions for the perimeter of the shape, this shape here, one with brackets and one without. So there are 3 sides to this shape, and there are little markers on there telling you that those sides are equal to one another. So that's an equilateral triangle, in fact. So if one of the sides is t plus 6, then the perimeter of the whole thing is going to be just t plus 6, which we can write in brackets, t plus 6 that's supposed to say, and then multiplied by 3t plus 6. And then same thing but without the brackets, so just multiply it out. 3 times t gives you 3t, plus 3 times 6 gives you 18. So it's 3t plus 18, and let's just mark that. 19 out of 19.